Good morning, everybody. This is market update for October 17th morning. The Dow Jones Industrial Average recovered from a sell-off in the previous session to settle at a new high on Wednesday. The blue chip index finished at 43,077.70, up 0.79%. The Nasdaq Composite closed at 18,367.08, up 0.28%. While the S&P 500 gained 0.47% to 5,842.47. After surpassing Wall Street forecasts for its third quarter revenue and profitability, Morgan Stanley saw a 6.5% increase in shares. Additionally, United Airlines anticipated solid figures for the fourth quarter and released better than expected results, which caused shares to rise 12.4%. We are off to a good start with the reporting season. According to FactSet statistics, about 50 S&P 500 stocks have reported third-quarter earnings thus far, with 79% of those reports exceeding estimates. Following sales warnings, technology stocks and luxury goods saw the worst losses as the European market finished lower on Wednesday. With mixed results across sectors and major bourses, the Pan-European Stocks 600 index finished marginally down 0.15%. LVMH, one of the worst-performing stocks on the Stoxx 600 when looking at individual equities, saw its shares trade 3.7% lower following the luxury group's announcement of a 3% decline in third-quarter revenues. After a dramatic decline in inflation to 1.7% in September, according to the most recent UK data, the FTSE 100 ended the day up by 0.97%. The sharp decline from August's 2.2% print heightens anticipations that the Bank of England would lower interest rates in November. Following Tuesday's losses on Wall Street, Asia-Pacific markets saw lower trading on Wednesday. The Nikkei in Japan led losses in the region. The Housing Minister of China is scheduled to give a news briefing on Thursday at 10 a.m. local time, which will keep investors on the lookout for additional stimulus measures to support the country's real estate market. This information was released on Tuesday by the State Council Information Office. China's CSI 300 fell 0.63% to settle at 3,831 prior to the briefing. The Hong Kong Hang Seng Index was flat over the last trading hour. Meanwhile, traders in Asia evaluated economic data from the area. According to New Zealand, its third-quarter consumer prices index increased 2.2% year-over-year, in line with forecasts from Reuters pollsters of analysts. In September, South Korea's seasonally adjusted unemployment rate was 2.5%, up from 2.4% in August. The Kospi of South Korea finished at 2,610, down 0.88%. According to data released on Wednesday, private sector machinery orders in Japan fell 3.4% in August from the same month last year. This was a significant decrease from the 3.6% increase that Reuters polled predicted. The Nikkei 225 in Japan closed at 39,180, down 1.83%. The technology sector was the main cause of the Taiwan weighted index's 1.21% decline to 23,010 at the end. The S&P/ASX 200 index for Australia fell 0.41% to 8,284. On Wednesday, the yield on the 10-year U.S. Treasury fluctuated while investors processed the most recent remarks made by Federal Reserve officials this week. The yield on the 10-year Treasury fell by over 2 basis points to 4.014%. The yield on the 2-year Treasury fell 2 basis points to its most recent value of 3.931%. On Wednesday, gold prices advanced to record highs as gains in non-yielding bullion were supported by continued geopolitical crises, a decline in U.S. bond yields, and the expectation of rate reduction by major central banks. With a 0.6% increase, spot gold reached $2,676.03 per ounce. U.S. oil futures saw a slight decline on Wednesday, closing below $71 per barrel, following a sharp sell-off during the previous session on tidings that Israel would not strike Iran's oil facilities. This wraps up the market update for today. Have a great day ahead. The charts and news in this presentation are quoted from CNBC.